everybody, it's the Wind-Up. I'm here to bring you the worst news in the best ways, and let's play some Minecraft today. I'm trying my best, y'all. It's not been a bad day. Good wake up. About to feed the kids right after we get off of here. About to do some cleanup, do the litter box, my normal routine. Have y'all, and we're currently listening to Hassan Piker. White women are doing the Nazi salute on Twitter. Well, it is the place to do the Nazi salute. It is the Nazi app, after all. But, no, y'all ever have dreams? I don't mean it to lead into a joke. Well, I have a dream. No, I mean, like, really. Y'all ever have dreams? Like, that you remember? That make a strong impression? I said, I don't know. I've already forgotten most of it. But I think I died last night a little bit. I mean, not literally, I'm fine, but it's like, I saw my mother. I saw my grandmother. I didn't hear my great-grandmother, but I saw her face. And more importantly, I saw every animal that I had ever loved that had passed away. It was a beautiful place, y'all. Trees, grass, fucking wildflowers that grew up almost, some of them, over my head. And for a little while at least, for a moment, in my mind, I knew a safety and just a peace that I can't even begin to describe to you now talking about it. And I woke up and I cried a little because Deep Space Nine was still playing and nothing else changed, but it was like whatever's out there gave me a glance at the world we could have, and a world that we'll never see in my lifetime. And that sort of just killed me a little on the inside. It's not the dead loved ones, it's not the dead pets that I'll never see again. I felt the sun on my face and it wasn't cooking me. I felt the wind blow and it wasn't just breathing noxious fucking gasoline air at me. It was a good dream. And I woke up on my friend's couch, animals and his animals surrounding me, wanting me to wake up and start their routine of feeding them and getting the day started. And I'll admit it, y'all, I cried. I cried for a good 10-20 minutes. All that kept going through my head was that one song by, I think a fan said it was Taxi Cab. I never looked it up and I really should, but it's... y'all, I think I might finally be grasping what the fuck happened to the millennials. We were entirely raised on a generation of just hope. Just hopium. We're gonna make it, y'all. We're gonna make it, y'all. And then we did nothing at all with our time. We solved the hole in the ozone layer, and we brought back 1920s racism. We got rid of lead poisoning in cars and in, like, shit like that. But now you've got plastic floating around in your ball sack and or ovaries because, you know, I don't know. What I'm doing is I'm trying to tell y'all, be nice. That's the hardest, most enduring fucking lesson that you can do. And my God, is it the hardest thing I can ask you to do. Because, yeah, y'all, you don't know how difficult it is. Every day I try, in some way, to just make the world a little bit better. And every day, without fail, I get shown why I should just give the fuck up. Pack it in. Who the fuck cares? What are you even fucking doing with your life? And all that I can think is trying to be nice. In a world that lost the fucking plot. In a world of pedophiles and monsters all trying to get just a little bit more money. Just a little bit more money. Just a little bit more money. And I'm just, nah, fuck that. Well, you'll die. Yeah, we'll all die eventually. When I die, I don't want to be remembered. I don't want to be thought about. Let the animals and the fungi that take my corpse think about me. Let the new life go on without worrying about the old. Because truth be told, guards are stupid. The idea, no kids, I want you to protect the forest 'cause of me. Well, Smokey, I totally think that's an awesome idea. Why is it, though, that... Fuck off, Enderman, I'm not in the goddamn mood today. But... why is it that we had Smokey the Bear teaching us to never ever ever set a forest fire, rather than, hey y'all, this is how you do a controlled burn. This is how you do that respectfully and... Because the problem with Smokey, not that I have a real problem with Smokey the Bear, I liked him as a figure, but the problem is when you raise an entire generation or two to be scared of fire, well, now Frankenstein's never going to do a clear burning of the woods. Now your woods are only going to burn when they decide to burn. And when they decide to burn, it's going to do the most damage it can to us humans because, well, we're very, very stupid. And we don't know how to be ecological harbingers of the land anymore. I mean, everyone can tell you how to become internet famous. Everyone can tell you how to get a viral short. For the record, ladies, I hate to be this way, but truth be told, if you want to get internet famous, it's not the way you should. You have a beautiful, big brain, and you need to use that brain. But, hey, girls, are you under the age of 18, just about to be 18? Well, congratulations, do I have a grift for you. Get on the internet now, post pictures of yourself, not in revealing clothes, just in your high school clothes, and say, hey, I'll be turning 18, give a countdown. And then say, on that day, I'm making an OnlyFans. Please sign up for my OnlyFans and see a fresh 18-year-old. Guys, when I say it's disgusting and, yeah, it's horrible, yeah, but ladies, then all you gotta do is post a tit pic and you'll have every groomer on the fucking internet just, oh my god, here's money. Because we've reached that level of disgust and sadness with ourselves. I mean, y'all, my advice, fuck this. Throw your phone out. Burn the system down. Refuse. Politely. But don't keep giving in. Right now they're going to tell you to, oh, but Kim Kardashian's doing it, who cares? But you should care about this person, they're culturally relevant to you. No, they aren't. I don't know who the fuck that person is. What, you think we're all a monolith? Yeah, because, you know, when Hank Williams died, every white person shed a tear and collected, whether they were British, American, or otherwise. Just a white man died, right? No. I'm so tired of us getting packaged and sold. I'm so tired of unspeakable cruelty getting done. And who gives a fuck? It's just an animal. But, I mean, like I said, I don't know, y'all. I'm trying. This is attempt 30 at reaching goddamn bedrock. Not getting to the underworld. Not getting to the portal. Not going to the other side. Not building our society. Just, I'm gonna reach an imaginary doorway, y'all. Come watch me do it. Meanwhile, ignore all the shorts I've been posting of like, hey y'all, this is how you cut a bottle to make a hydroponics. Hey y'all, this is how you grow those plants any time of the year. Yeah, it's not time to sow the crops on the outside. Summer's already passed and winter is almost upon us. But if you have a few 2-liter bottles laying around, which I know you probably do, rather than using them as piss bottles or garbage bottles or otherwise just taking up space with our garbage, how about you cut them in half, put some dirt in the bottom of them, make a wick out of a bit of rope or shoestring or whatever will let water travel up, put some dirt from the outside in the top part of the bottle, gently place it inside the other part, put your water in the bottom with your wick reach in the water, and plant you some seeds. It doesn't matter where you plant it from, just get something growing. And you'll start to find an addiction. And it's an actual productive addiction. It's not, oh, I need to check this video. Oh, I need to check this video. Oh, what's the algorithm saying about this one? Oh, people, look at me, 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 look at me. No, it's just, hey, isn't this flower kind of cool? Nah, I ain't got a fucking clue what it is, dude. I found it on the sidewalk. Hey, check this plant out. It gave me tomatoes for a salad all week. I've been eating tomato sandwiches, and it's the dead of winter. You want a sandwich? That's the kind of cool shit. Y'all, when I went through YouTube Shorts, a fucking habit I've been developing that I need to get rid of because it's just as bad as fucking TikTok. But it's like, so many stupid, and I mean stupid AI videos. I mean, for example, y'all, let's talk about the invasive species that we put in Florida so much now that y'all, we can't have city streets with little bitty, like, sleeping bag structures in them to where the homeless could basically seal themselves in these tubes and sleep. We can't have that, y'all. But in Florida, they're basically deploying 4 real friends. The little robotic toys. They've got a new design on some of them, and now they have little robot bunnies running around. You wanna know why there are robot bunnies running around in Florida? Because they've got so many ball pit pythons and so many fucking various other invasive reptiles that the local fauna and the local animals can't compete, y'all. The pythons have basically taken over Florida, and it's been that way since I was a kid. Here's what's kind of funny about it. They're deploying robot rabbits. Do you know what this robot rabbit does, y'all? Oh, it's fucking cool. It's hilarious. Basically, it tricks the animal into thinking it's got a meal, but instead, it gets an intestinal blockage. Then this animal, who just wanted to live, it just was, you know, living its best life in Florida. Well, now, it gets to slowly die as its insides cramp up behind it. Its muscles will try to push the robotic rabbit that we put out there out, but it won't. It'll just be horrible, horrible gut pain for it as it slowly rends itself inside out, trying to push a metallic rabbit out of its very, very tiny little snake asshole. And then it'll try to regurgitate the metallic rabbit, because that's what snakes do. It's also what owls do. If you eat something you can't eat, you typically vomit as well. Well, a snake and an owl do a similar thing. They'll digest the food, but since their cloacas only pass a liquid substance out, they'll basically regurgitate the bones, the hair, the non-digestible material in a little packet-like thing. Again, owls do the same thing in pellets. But the snakes can't regurgitate the mechanical rabbit because you've already dissolved its fleece fur. So now the spikes from the robot come out, and it basically pins up the snake's insides until it slowly, horribly dies. Isn't that cool, y'all? I mean, aren't we just great? We are caretakers of the earth, y'all. We're doing Jesus' work. Want to hear how we deal with mice? An animal that is intellectually the same level as your 8 or 9-year-old's brother and or sister. Something that just wants to live and have a good little life, eat some cheese and berries, and take care of the invasive insect population like mosquitoes, bark beetles, lanternflies, and the like. Yeah, we put out these glue traps, and they're neat as fuck, y'all. It's basically just a sticky floor. It's a tar pit, but with a shallow bottom. And then you can basically watch as grandma or mama or pop accidentally gets on this sticky surface. And they try to get out, but then they're just so stuck. And then their muscles start to convulse because they're really trying to get off, ripping flesh, rending hair off, just fighting like hell for life. And then they start to get sleepy. If the trap hasn't been out too long, and if it wasn't on the shelf so long that the medication on the glue has already expired. Because, again, a lot of stores sell expired shit, because who gives a fuck, right? You're just killing animals, who gives a shit? I give a shit, y'all. If you're gonna do it, not that you should, because that animal has every right to fucking live that you do, but if you're gonna kill the animals, at least have the balls to fucking kill the animals. I hate our terrible fucking society, and yet we pretend like we're doing better than our ancestors. well, you know Grandma would have just beaten it to death with a stick or a broom. Is that really better? Yes, it's way better. The animal has a chance to escape. Also, and just pointing this one out there, you have to think about what you're doing. It's not just some poor, oh, it smells bad. No, that was a life. That creature had a purpose. And you took it away for what? Out of fear? For the convenience? Like I said, y'all, be violent in video games. Be fucking mean to each other in video games and board games if you want. But IRL, let's try to be nice. And of course this excludes Trump supporters and Nazis. Fuck them. Any day you make them cry is a good goddamn day. I'm not saying to be nice to everyone. I'm saying don't be the reason someone quits today. That's all I'm saying. And like I said, I don't know what the fuck to do with this. I don't. I genuinely have just been giving a lot of thought to stopping here lately. Not, oh my god, they're not here, oh my god, no, just, y'all, I've got plenty to say, but is anybody listening? Does it even fucking matter? In 20 years, is my voice still gonna be here long after my body's gone and rotted? Or will I just be all that much more internet noise? Taking up the same amount of space with these Labubu buyers and these fucking screamers into the phone. Because again, I get it. I totally get it, y'all. If you're a millennial or younger, you've basically been robbed, and some of us can't even come to admit that fact. You are robbed of a future that you could go outside and play in. And even though they tell you, well, back in my day, we went outside to play. Yeah, well, back in your day, you didn't have pedophiles literally on every goddamn corner trying to get your nudie pics. You didn't I mean, you had one creep with fucking candy, but every kid knew to try to avoid that freak. It was... We traded. We traded. we traded communities for fucking super racist little in-groups. We got rid of the fucking Jim Crow South and replaced it with the new Tech Bro South. I mean, y'all, let's be clear. Logan Paul, a piece of shit fucking white cracker, a fucking piece of white goddamn trash, just bought a $46 million home back in the backwoods of my area. And yeah, people were all upset about it for a half day. You know, the old South would have just fucking got rid of old Logan. It wouldn't have been an outcry, or it would have just been, he comes to his little McMansion and there are about 40 to 50 good old boys standing in the driveway going, yeah, son, you ain't welcome here no more. You need to just bring your ass back on wherever you came from. And yeah, they'd be doing it for racist reasons, but we could do it for good reasons. I mean, I don't want somebody who's traveled the world and shown the world what pieces of shit Americans are. Someone that has been in Japan, a place that I would fucking love to go someday. To the Shinigami... Shintiharu... I can't say it without my teeth in. But the Suicide Forest. Y'all, when I say I want to go there, it's not for the stupid, edgy... No. I want to see a forest that is literally over 500 years old. I want to walk in the stillness of a wood that has known the stillness and the war. I want to be in a place that isn't just plastic garbage and Labubu bullshit. Yeah, I'm hating on Labubus a lot. Give it another week or two and we'll find something else to hate on. Just Labubu is easy to rhyme and it's a very stupid word. But then again, we're a very stupid generation of people. I mean, y'all, we're in a time period where chainsaws cost as much as cars used to cost. Where we can't get therapy, but yeah, you can go buy a gun for less than a bicycle. You can own a firearm to end someone's life. I don't know, y'all. I'm trying to think of the satire. I'm trying to think of the fun here, but it's like we are perfectly fine knowing that we use our prisoners, some of which are children, as slave labor. We're okie dokie hunky dunky with the fact that Many people that aren't technically slave labor basically are a form of slave labor because they live in such intolerable poverty that if they don't go in with their legs and knees and lower backs hurting like a motherfucker, tears trying to be wrung from their very souls, if they don't go in and work their ass off that day, well, they just don't eat that week. Fuck them, right? Lazy bastards should have fucking gone to school. Like I said, we live in a harsh and cruel fucking world. And in that kind of world, I'm telling you, be militantly nice. Yeah, also be a gigantic fucking raging cunt to the Nazis and the fascists and the rich pieces of shit that got us here. But as far as, like, to your neighbor, be nice. Even if you disagree with them. Even if they're the Nazi cunts that you hate. I'm not saying go buy them a coffee or help them with their hate doctrine. But at the same time, much like I've got a lot of overly Christianic neighbors, and by that I mean one of them kind of, I'm going to be nice. I'm choosing to be nice. He wears a lot of Jesus shirts. And not the good kind, if there is such a thing, not the good kind of Jesus shirts. The really stupid ones. Like, got Jesus? Oh, you think it's hot now? Wait till you see hell. He wears the really stupid, cringy Christian shit, you know? But, I mean, that's on him. I don't care. I'm not his mama. I don't dress him. I just, you know, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for all the Christians, really, because they're so invested and they're so waiting, and their Savior is so been dead for thousands of years, if he ever existed. They've been sold a pipe dream by corporations and don't realize that, yeah, they're the product. But guys, we're all the fucking product here. It's like, you want to know why we have to pay $14 a month for PlayStation Plus? That way y'all can see my videos on PlayStation. That way I don't just vanish into the ether. And all I have to play are very, very, very old games that no one gives a shit about. Which, admittedly, Cult of the Lamb isn't exactly new and cutting edge, but you know, you feel me, right? You understand what I'm saying, even if you don't fully grasp why I'm saying it. So I spend the $14. I can't buy my Audible, which is what I wanted to do, so I could play Braiding Sweetgrass, a book that made me cry more times than I count. And for the record, y'all, there's different levels of crying. Most of the time when I cry, being a man raised in the 90s South, I don't ugly cry, as it's called. It's not the kind of boo-hooing. It's the, I'm just real quiet, and if you notice me, if you look at me, you'll see that my face is a bit wet. If you press me on it, I'll point out, oh, no, man, it's just sweat. Nah, dude, it's just raining outside. Nah, dude, I'm good. Let's keep going. I ain't thinking about people that are long gone, that I've failed at all. And I think that's kind of the point, y'all. It's hard out there. Real hard. And some of us made promises. Some of us had said that, nah, we are going to be different. We are going to take care of the planet. We are going to be the captain that changes the ship. And some of us just got to realize, no, there's no changing it. You're fighting a war that's been bred into them. You might as well go back to the Jim Crow South and explain to the southern plantation owner that, hey, but you know that small African boy you keep molesting and hurting? You know you could just hit on his daddy and then have a relationship with an actual man. You might as well go back to Jim Crow South and explain to a southern plantation owner that being gay is okay, but being a pedophile is not. Oh, for the record, y'all, pedophilia has been baked into your fucking bread. Don't pretend like it hasn't. It was perfectly normal for a man of 40-something to be with a small girl so long as he could pay the dowry for her. That was the whole goal. That's why young beauty is, what's the term? It's held up so high and nobody wants a MILF or a DILF. And when you do want that, well, son, you're one of them edgy new folks, ain't you? Because most of the Republicans don't want someone their age. They want someone way younger than them that they can manipulate. But don't think too hard about it, 'cause the left does the same shit. Y'all, seriously, we should normalize people being in relationships with people their fucking age. It bugs the shit out of me, y'all. It really does, 'cause all these moral hierarchy assholes, but they'll point out, oh, well, the Lord teaches us to live a moral life. Okay, preacher, how old's your wife? Oh, why, I do not see why that matters. I'm just curious, fun, you know. How old's your wife? Oh, well, not that it matters, son, but she is 24. Okay, cool. And how old are you? What is with this line of questioning? What? It's just a simple one, preach. How old are you? I want to know that I'm getting advice from someone that's been around the block a time. Oh, I get it, son. Well, I am a very young-looking 73 or 64. Oh, cool. So, your wife's 21 or 23, and you're like 50 years her senior. What were you doing when she was in elementary school? Why, I was at the mission learning to speak the Word of God. Oh. So, you had a full life and career and all that, while she was still shitting in her britches in her mama's house in her crib. I mean, time is important, and when you look at your lover or your spouse, I like to think of things like one of those time-traveling romance shows or movies. What if you had to go back in time and you met your lover when you were both young? How many of these fucking celebrities would be meeting nobody because their lovers weren't around when they were young? Like I said, y'all, don't go looking for the pedophilia in the white vans. The pedophiles were here the whole fucking time. They're your congressmen. They're your preachers. They're your police officers. They're that medical responder that you knew you shouldn't be left alone with. They're the people that see how evil the world can be and say, fresh victims and meat. Rather than going, okay, well, we have a job to do. That's the thing, y'all. You want to know a monster? Ask yourself, who's selling the kid-safe area rather than who's going to actually stop the fucking pedophiles and shit? Because that's the thing. I would have respected MAGA. And don't clip me out of context here. But it's like, I would have respected MAGA if they had, oh, well, that's sus as shit. And as he continued to act like a suspicious pedophile, if they had gone just as hard on him as they said, I don't know, went after Michael Pence, the giant fucking human glass of milk. You know, the one who always spoke about mother before the president tried to murder him. But yeah, him. How hard they turn on him. And don't get me wrong, I'm no Mike Pence stan here. I think that old man needs to fuck off and never come back. But why did they turn on Mike Pence? Because again, he is a fucking Christian, hardline Christian. He's the type of Christian that don't think girls and boys should be put in the same rooms with each other because the hormones will just be too strong. So it's like, they wanted to hang that man because he had the audacity to say, yeah, if all the American people voted for Biden, well, then Biden's the president. He wasn't out there going, whoa, I love Joe Biden, I want to suck Joe Biden's old dusty dick. No, it was, hey, that man won more votes than we did. Damn. Oh, well, better luck next 4 years. No, it was just, you know, Mike Pence was just very much, he did what he had to do because there are rules to our society. And most Republicans wanted to hang him for that. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has, hands down, we know for a fact his victims have come forward, molested at least 5 children that we can account for because they are alive and they are willing to testify. 5 of them. And that's not including his numerous rape victims. The ladies who said, no, Donald. And Donald said, well, I got money, and what are you going to do, kill me? And so he raped them. We've got them. They're there. They'll go to court. Instead, they're getting ready to give Ghislaine Maxwell a full presidential pardon for being the world's second most prolific child sex trafficker. And we're going to give her a presidential pardon. She's going to go live a life the likes of which myself and you, dear viewer, will never know. A life of comfort, the likes of which she's had in prison as well. Because let's keep in mind, in between pottery class, macrame, and poetry readings, she's now about to get to leave that place to go live on an island, all her own, where she will probably go back to trafficking children if the fucking, you know, if the trend remains, she will go back, because it's like anything else we humans do. If we do the horribly unspeakable thing just once, well then suddenly, well, I mean, was it, you did it. Was it really that bad? Did you really do anything there bad? I don't think you did, bud. So you go back and you do it again now that, you know, nobody's gonna stop you. No one can stop you. I'm sick of it, y'all. I'm sick of it. I mean, hell, I work with a person that literally told a mentally unstable schizophrenic person, why don't you build a bomb and go take care of it then? I know she's just tired because she's trying to do the whole, it's not so bad bullshit, and I'm honest, so she hates honesty. But at the same time, if the crazy person did go, you know what, Liz, that is a good idea, and I went and murdered 27 people because Liz told me to, would Liz be facing any responsibility or backlash? No. Even if I had recording of her saying it repeatedly for days. No, I should have just had the mental fortitude to ignore her. Y'all, how about we just make a rule that you shouldn't tell people to kill each other? I mean, fuck's sake, if I get on here and tell y'all to do anything so much as, hey y'all, if you take washable chalk and tag buildings with the Green Gorilla Project, I can get in trouble for telling y'all to do that because it's vandalism, it's a crime. But meanwhile, this old bitch just gets to tell a schizophrenic person, why, if you can buy a gun so easy, why don't you prove it and go take out some of the bosses? Well, because, Liz, I don't have access to those bosses. Yeah, I could, in theory, in Minecraft, go get a gun, kill my boss, kill her boss, kill the people around us, but I wouldn't actually take out the problem. The owner would be fine. The owner wouldn't even bat an eye, and he would have us all replaced in a day, because they've already got backlogs of people to replace us. I mean, I think that's dumb to be loyal to a company that treats you that way, but, you know, I'm also not a lead paint poison boomer dipshit. Y'all, I think that Bill Burr had it perfect when he pointed out, when he did his racist subway skit. Basically, they go and they get on the subway and they ride from one side of the subway to the other. And Bill Burr, being the fucking goat that he is, basically, guy goes, what do you think about Trump's tariffs and deporting everybody? And Bill Burr, well, I think it's a great fucking idea. What? Okay, why? Go on, King, go ahead. Tell me why. Well, because if he deports all the illegals and all the brown people, well, then all the white jackasses that own all the companies and literally own everything here will suddenly realize, hey, there are other white people here. And then they'll give us all money because we're white too. And then we'll all live happily ever after. Yeah, it's just that fucking stupid. And it is just that fucking stupid. If you're out there saying, well, I want to rebel against the system, but if I don't do this, then my bosses won't get their bonuses. Okay, and? Well, I like my bosses. They should get their bonuses. Hey, hot take. We should all be getting a bonus. I mean, another equally hot take. because I constantly hear one of my bosses, an old woman that works in the kitchen as a manager, every time, if we get a tip day that's over $7, which is where the people tipped us well enough that between the 5 to 8 employees that worked that day, the tips get divvied up to where... That would basically mean if we had a $7 tip, that would mean that everybody there, well, that would mean the till had enough money in it that divided amongst 7 people, that would have been $70 that the people of Cartersville said, hey, you're busting your ass, you've been scarred and beaten and burnt and breathing in enough fucking grease that you hack the stuff up like a damn demon at times. Here's money so that you can buy a coffee or a water when you hike home for the 4+ miles that our failed society doesn't even give you a path to walk on. Here's $4 so you can get a drink. That would be, basically we had made almost $80 that day. But if we actually get a nice owner, like, you know, Georgia Power and the school and the other high school and the golf league and the baseball team all make massive orders, and for the first time in history, all of those jackasses actually decide to tip. Hot take, none of them ever do. The school will order around 400 to 500 items. They will not tip. The power plant will order around 1,000 items. They will not tip. And to make matters worse, they get a big discount because they're ordering over the phone and in advance. So not only do they get, you know, more food than anyone should be ordering and put us all set back a great deal, but they don't even have the decency to, hey, here's some money. Instead it's, well, y'all getting paid. And I just, anytime I hear that shit, I just really want to look at them and go, yeah, I'm getting paid $1 compared to your $50. I guess the Jim Crow South never went away, we just changed the paint job a little. But again, it's just, it's exhaustion mostly, y'all. And I got off on a tangent because I hate to be this guy, but yeah, every fucking time she comes up and, well, Mary and I don't get these checks. I gave y'all my tips this time. Bitch, why would you need a fucking tip? You get a bonus at the end of the month. You get a bonus at the end of the month and the end of the year and the end of the quarter if you do well. You get a bonus when nobody gets overtime, which most of the time people don't get overtime because if you give them an opportunity to leave, they'll fucking take it. It's, what the fuck do you mean? You didn't take any of the tips. Good, you shouldn't have, bitch. Jesus. At what level does the American greed go, oh no, I am making money hand over fist and my employees can't afford fucking food half the time. Maybe I should, you know, put a little money in the still for the ferryman. Maybe when I take my 8th cigarette break of the day, maybe then I should throw a quarter in the fucking till, considering I could be helping the person killing himself in the back. But instead, oh y'all, I'm gonna go outside and have a cigarette. And then you'll have your fucking lap dog come running out there. Donna, 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 Donna! It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. Y'all, when I say I do or give genuine thoughts to self-harming, like a lot, it's not an exaggeration. It happens a lot. It's a daily struggle. There are some days that like, hey, Cher, I do remember you. Do you got anything better? I see that you subbed and I appreciate the sub. Are you here to say more racist or homophobic things? Because if you are, I'll get rid of you. If you're here to be friends, well then, bienvenidos. How are you doing today, comrade? I'll give you a chance to type it out. I was just bitching about the terrible corporations around us and how our country's a terrible place. If you'd like, we can actually debate that. I mean, I'll be nice about it. I do not think we need to go against each other. Okay, you lined up with the dude that was basically making the, we'll say, saying Spanish in black. He was in chat saying that everyone should own a black Spanish crown. And you signed off with him with the hook-a-fuck thing. And your name Chair, which admittedly I shouldn't be seeing it. if it's 'cause I said that, and then you should know Yeah, Chair, but you don't have your picture on the internet, so are you a black man, or are you a fat white dude in a basement? Or are you a small child that thinks saying the N slur is funny because, you know, it makes all the old black people angry? Or are you just a dipshit? Because again, we're on the internet, bud. You gotta remember, you might have given the third wittiest comment that day, but that's like the 100th racist-ass comment or homophobic comment I'd seen in the hour. Uh-huh. And so you don't understand what that word means then, huh? Again, I'm not saying you should feel bad, son. I'm just saying, do you know what that word means? Why do you want to be property to the white man? Why is that a cool word? And again, you can swear all you want, bud, but I had an alcoholic and crack-addicted aunt, and she was a good woman in her own way. But every time that she would lie to me, or every time that it was, no, I'll be there for you, I'll be there for you, nephew, it was always, I swear to God I'll be there for you. On God I'll be there for you. On my daughter's life I'll be there for you. And then she was never there. Her daughter's doing fine now, married to a lawyer. They live in the nice part of Atlanta. But God never punished nobody, dude. On God, well, on monkey farts. Who cares? It's on the magic of pixie dust. On the magic of angel jizz. Who cares? Like I said, I'm happy you're here if you want to be here, dude. I need the viewership. I'm just saying, I don't like slurs. I don't think it's weird to say, hey, as a white southerner, don't put slurs in my chat. I do not understand why language is so hard. But like I said, most of the people on the internet tend to get real uppity and up. See, you're already gone. The point is that you come in, you say your piece, you go. That's all anyone ever does on here. And I get it. Like I said, I don't want to lambaste you, chair. Random chair. But if you had put, like, William up there, if you had put Jim, if you had put a human name, then that'd be something. And yeah, if you're 15, definitely don't put your picture online, because pedophiles be out there wanting that ass. But maybe put, like, a picture of you from a school uniform or something, or you hanging out with your friends. That's just the thing, dude. And I'm not trying to be mean, because again, that ain't my bag. If you ain't gonna be racist, cool, hang out. More than welcome here. But if you gonna come in here talking about how it's funny that I think we should have class solidarity, and you think that it's dumb that we should work together to make the world better, well then why are you even here? What's the point? You're just gonna troll me? Troll me, bud. Go ahead. You live rent-free in my head, chair. You have won. Feel better? Did that help at all with anything? Because I'm kind of here to help if I can. But again, if you want to kick while I'm down, go ahead. I don't care anymore, dude. Y'all are witnessing the breaking of a human being on here. Because don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. I never thought I was going to get on here and be the next Mr. Beast. But I genuinely thought at least some of the internet would go, hey, wow, it's a dude who wants to help. Let's see what we can do to help. Please, motherfuckers, I should have gotten on here saying all the fucking old-ass racist shit. I'd have had you dipshits jumping at the fucking bit to throw me money then. That's what I should have done, y'all. I should have gone onto a playground, looked a small black child in their face, and called them an N-slur. Repeatedly. Stood 10 toes down on it. And then when someone punched me in the face, gone on the news and said, the hatred is real, y'all. White genocide. And then I would have been a fucking millionaire, right? Like that one white bitch that called a little black kid the N-slur. And when his parent came forward like an adult and was, excuse me? Miss, apologize to the child, please. You shouldn't be talking like that. Well, he's an N-slur and you're an N-slur too. Oh my God, the right wing, they're trying to cancel me. She's a millionaire now. She made $1 million for being a racist twat on the internet out loud. And Where's that black man? Same place he was at before, trying to raise his kid in a world that's aggressive against him. But by all means, you go ahead and keep doing that shit, bruh. I mean, what's the harm in it? What I'm saying is, you're not taking the word back if nobody knows who you are. You're just being edgy online. And the time that you came into my chat, at that time, I was already dealing with a couple Nazis. Not, hee, they're cute. No, I mean they were typing in, not 1488, they were typing in the 13 words, and they were typing out HH, which, not has-been hotel there. If it was has-been hotel, I'd be fucking cool with it. No. It's a different kind of HH they were typing. And that's who you signed in with and threw in with, Chair. So that's why I'm asking, are you a little black 15-year-old boy? Or, more than likely, are you a fat white dude living in his mama's basement smelling of corn chips? I don't know, because I don't know you. We're not on Facebook. We're not on anything that would be like, oh yeah, I see the pictures of you, and I see what you've been up to, and I see you posting. No, we're on YouTube. You are a round picture of a black chair that looks like some shit out of Better Homes and Gardens. Your name is Chair. So when I see that, first thing that went through my head was the actually kind of based argument that the transphobes always try to compete against, which is a second, I'll be back with my rant. My stupid ass remote died. Gotta change it, and it's about to die again, but I gotta get the cat out my lap and the dog off my feet. Just keeping the kiddos. Oh, yeah, it's dead. Hey y'all, remote's dying. Be right back. Don't know how much of that you heard, because the tech I have is fucking outdated and shitty. Give me a minute, I'll be back. Fucking, there we go, Mazel Tov, bienven fucking nitos. God damn it, I hate this. How's it going, everybody? From the outdated, broken-ass fucking PlayStation that I'm going from, we're back. It's the WINDUP. And, sadly, guest chair has left. Let us hope he did not kick the chair, so to speak. But that's what I was getting on. It's, y'all gotta remember when you represent, and again, on real facts, Chair, if that is your real name, then, yeah, I'm sorry I misjudged you. When you came to my chat with all the other Nazis, I should have assumed that the white and black picture of a chair was a little black fella and not actually just another white supremacist. Even though the first thing you said in my chat, let me look up the YouTube Premium, or not YouTube Premium, but the YouTube, because yeah, that's the thing, YouTube Studio, I can see, dude, if you start making videos yourself, and by the way, I looked on your channel, and for a little black boy, you certainly have 1 or 2 videos of overweight white women on there. But just saying, it's like, dude, I don't know you. When I first saw your name, Chair, real talk, first thing that went through my head was the argument of what is a woman, and thinking, oh God, they've upgraded their argument to, now they're trying to take back the, well, explain to me what a chair is. Because that goes to the philosophical argument of what is anything. When you ask questions like an idiot without context, you can sound deep with a lot of things. And yeah, I'm going to go on a 20-minute ramble because you actually showed up. But you didn't come back, now did you? You didn't show up to argue. You just came in to say, oh, but I'm black, so it's okay that I slur up a storm. And again, let's be clear here, y'all. If Chair and I were talking face-to-face, real talk, yeah, dude, you a black guy that says the N-slur, I don't think that's a good idea. But my people have policed your people's language and your people's ways far longer than they should have. So, even if I don't like it, not my fucking business. Take that word back if you want to take it back. I'm just going to say, when you're saying it and making a bunch of Nazis clap like seals and go, yeah, he's getting it. Are you taking the word back? Or are you being a pickaninny? It's up to you, brother. It's up to you. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be carrying water for motherfuckers that would be trying to kill me in a different time period. But thanks. I mean, at least you coming back provided an ample distraction to the doomsday that is studying what's going on in our country right now. Because again, y'all, that's part of the problem right there. Little Chair. I mean, why don't we live in a world where he can just put his name on the internet with his actual government face and not have to worry about somebody hurting him? Why don't we live in a world where people are actually visible? That's the world I strive for. That's the world that the Green Gorilla Project strives for. Because surprisingly, and this is a psychological fact, look it up, it is a true fucking brain fact here. But if you want a better day in court, make sure your judge has eaten a good balanced meal that day. Make sure they're not hungry, and make sure that there's no unpleasant smells around them. Because believe it or not, and they've tested this, if I put rotten or rancid fish in a room with you, and then have you do a court case about, say, unhoused people in Detroit, well, if you smell rotten food while you're making your decision, you're going to be much more hostile towards that. Why is that? Well, it's because our brains are just basically meat computers. So we react to the stimuli that we're given, and sometimes we're off on it. It's why we have to realize that we're not divine creatures or great beings passed down by the... No, we're fucking apes that put on pants and thought ourselves better than our fellows. There is nothing special about us as a species. Nothing. We stand up and we have opposable thumbs. So do raccoons and bears. Maybe not on the opposable thumbs, but standing up. Well, we cry. So do small dogs. So does any animal with the tear ducts capable of doing what we do. Well, we mourn loss. So do elephants, so do rats, so do some forms of bugs. Well, we look into the sky and think deeply about our place. I mean, it can't be testable, but if I take my dog on a walk and we both lay down in the grass, he will stare up at the same sky I'm staring up at. Now, whether or not that's just because, oh, Master happy, I'm happy, Master happy. Or that's because, I wonder if Dog God is up in dog heaven smiling at us. Who knows? I can't speak to my dog like that. I mean, I can, but that's the schizophrenia talking, Jack. That's not the dog talking. Either way, it's... Yeah, my joke disappointed me. I should have done a better joke. But, still, it's... I don't know how to take it, y'all. I like the self-deprecating humor because, yeah, it's a condition I gotta live with. It's degenerative. It will get progressively worse until eventually I lose my goddamned mind. And that's terrifying to live with, y'all. It's genuinely sort of like living with a man standing behind me with a gun at any time. Is today going to be the day that I lose touch with reality completely? Is today going to be the day that the screaming denizens of hell come up to finally claim me? Will today be the day that Mother's voice finally stops? By Mother, I mean Gaia. When I finally stopped hearing the constant cries like Penny from the Magicians? Who knows? All I know for sure is, boy, fucking howdy, would I love to have some goddamn THC that would make the voices go away. Because it like I said to Bear Beater before, it doesn't make them go away. It just... It's like having control to the volume knob in the radio that your asshole coworkers keep playing. Am I gonna make it stop playing Shapoopy, Shapoopy, a girl you can't regret? Shapoopy, Shapoopy, we haven't found her yet. Am I gonna get it to stop that? No. But can I make it go from Shapoopy, Shapoopy, a girl you want, to Shapoopy, Shapoopy? Can I make it very different? Oh, bet you THC makes it very different. Can I get THC? Sure can. $60 and I can get a fucking joint. Yeah, that's a good price right now in Georgia. Or I can keep buying vape pens for $30, or I can keep... It's frustrating, and the reason I make it about me is because, you know, most of the time I'm sitting here by myself. Hello, viewer, how are you doing? Would you like to talk about how fucked our country is? Bye. Didn't figure it. People don't want to talk real shit, they want to talk fun shit. And I'd love to talk about fun shit, y'all, but what fun do we have to talk about? Are we going to talk about how the pedophiles are getting off scot-free for their pedophilia? How about 400 now billionaires own the entire world and that number's growing because the poor people are too stupid to realize if we do nothing, the billionaires are just going to kill us? I mean, what fun can we talk about, y'all? What fun things are there going on around the horn today? The Minecraft movie, y'all. Woohoo! Hey, do you know Jack Black basically destroyed a 20-year working relationship with a dear friend, killing that man's career and sending him back to live out of his van because he dared to say Trump was a fascist and he wished the fascist was dead? Yeah, Jack Black, Mr. Kung Fu Panda, Mr. Hee-hee, is basically just a Hitler-loving piece of shit. And I get it. Well, I'm a performer. Yeah, you should be a performer then, Jack. But instead of just being so desperately loyal to the money, maybe be loyal to your fans. Because this is another thing that bugs the shit out of me, y'all. Jack Black, dude from How I Met Your Mother, several of them, all the celebrities. They constantly did this in the 90s, too. They showed them being guys living in an apartment complex, eating nothing but ramen noodle, all your shit be handed down from high school or before. You're that guy. And in Jack Black's The Rock Star or School of Rock, they would have you believe, well, all you need is gumption and one good scam. No, son, sometimes you just fucking die. Sometimes there's no winning here. Hello, welcome back. You gonna hang out for a minute? Is this my mysterious chair? Is this Benito? Benito, if that is you, friend, please hang out. I could use positive people in my chat. See you later, random. Have a good day. I do remember you guys, or at least I try to. Anyone with their actual name out there, it's a lot easier to remember you, but I get it. Hell, if I had the choice, I wouldn't have put my real name out here. But at the end of the day, I still get to stand 10 toes down on, at least with my real name out here. I deal with the trolls that way. You really got that big a problem and you want to be a big manly man? Please, come kill me. Please, let's take this to that stupid level. Make me into your John Lennon character, because I'm tired. For the record, chat, this isn't a call for help. This isn't like I'm going to go do a swan dive off a bridge or nothing. It's just to let you know how fucking tired of the bullshit I am. And how this entire world seems to be made of bullshit. I mean, again, y'all, people think that I do this for y'all. I do the walk and talks for you guys. I try to make the walk and talks interesting. I try to be that older brother figure. Apparently I'm a grandpa and I just need to accept that. I'm fine with that, honestly. I'm not here trying to trail for booty. I'm here trying to trail for mines. Troll for mines, I think is the word. but I'm here trying to get folks to make the world a better place. I'm here trying to tell you that, nah, don't feel down on yourself. Don't get as depressed as I am because the world is goddamn dog shit and we did it. But still, don't get down on yourself, friends. Just fight. Just fight it. That's all I'm saying. Don't go gentle into that good night. Don't sell yourself short. This I'm doing because I'm going to die again. And eventually I'm going to be able to look up on my YouTube channel and see the various build designs I've been able to build. Part of it's the enduring factor of, yeah, I mean, the world is hot garbage, hot garbage. We're basically living through the fucking 1830s again. And, But at least here, I'm able to build. I'm able to do something. And here, well, little assassin dude, his arms don't get tired when he's planted 100 plants. Little assassin dude can get dirt just by hitting the ground. Y'all, when I say I've been in this fight, I've been in this fucking fight for years now. And all I got to show for it's a burnt out mind, a scarred up body, and a real distrust for my fellow man that borders on the cynical. And I don't want to be that way, y'all. That's why I tell you, don't do what I'm doing. Do what I'm doing, but do it better. Don't expect anything good from the people. Because, y'all, that's the real of it. People gave up hope. The right one, because people gave up hope in tomorrow. People gave up hope in the fight that there could be something better out there. And yeah, I don't doubt that the one that keeps popping up randomly is Chair popping in to see if I'm still talking about him. Hell, maybe they're clipping my shit. Maybe they're, and this fucking crazy lefty here just, I live rent-free. Cool. Lambaste me, dude. I don't fucking care. I mean, Jesus Christ, I've seen what makes you fuckers cheer, so really, go ahead. Osmongold the Roach King is one of the speakers for the right. And yeah, y'all, later on today I'll be digging a grave for some of the feral cats who passed away, and that's going to be sad. That's going to affect my mental state a little bit. But you know what? At least I don't have a dead rat I'm using as an alarm clock, while still having billions with a B. I mean, at least Osmongold shows us you can have an inexuberable amount of money, and if you're a piece of trash, you're still going to be a piece of trash even with all that money. But yeah, y'all, I'm just tired. If you're tired like I'm tired, we should work together to make it better. And if not, that's cool too. I'm still working on the channel merch, I'm still working on designs, I'm still working on stuff, but it's like, well, y'all, it's like the buy me a coffee bullshit. I don't want y'all to do that. I want to open a shop. I want you to buy my upscaled paper crafts. I want you to buy something physical that, hey, I got a thing. Don't support my cause, support my art, you know? And more importantly, if you do want to support a cause, fuck my cause, the Trevor Project. Look it up. PBS, Public Broadcasting. If you're old, NPR, because as much as I've never fucking been able to stand them, and as much as I think the NPR has just as many bad right-wing jackasses on it as good, yeah, y'all, democracy dies in the dark. When you stop listening to the other side completely, that's when you know it's done. I mean, for the record, if Chair wanted to pop in here outside of being, on God, I'll be a black man, if he wanted to pop in here and say something else, like, hey, man, I get that I joined in with the Nazis, and I just think we should, you know, find a middle ground here. Or, hey, dude, you said some mean shit to me. Here's what you said that hurt my feelings. Let's talk about it, and maybe we can find... If he'd come in here like a human to a human, let's have a talk. On God, I would have basically been like, cool, this is a chance, let's talk, let's hang out. But he didn't. He came in here with excuses and, but did you know? But did you know? Well, son, congratulations then. You're talking to the actual God, breathing embodiment of God himself. Christ is here to speak to you, son. What would you like to say to him? Because I have just as much evidence that I'm Christ as you're a black man. Again. And yeah, that's me being defensive, because in my mind, oh God, did I just do a microaggression? Maybe. Probably, actually. But, at the same time, I'm not going to call him a slur, though. I'm not going to be that kind of southerner. But, I mean, again. No, I'm looking at the chat and it's like, I don't know, y'all. I don't fucking know. I want to believe him. I want to apologize and be like, well then, damn, I'm sorry I didn't call you any racial slurs or let you keep going with that nonsense you was doing. Because again, I listen to some Ono chicks. I listen to a lot of different black... I have a black friend, chat, don't you believe me? But, no, it's like, really, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. This is why I don't talk about Tuskegee. This is why I don't talk about Black Wall Street. But someone's got to, and not enough people are. So it's like, you know, I'm just a dude doing his best. And if I crossed a line, or if I'm rude, or God forbid bigoted, please understand I don't want to be. I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying to be real with y'all. And that's something that's hard to do. Especially in this world. Because trust, I'm never going to get this shit right. Somebody's always going to have an opinion of what I'm doing. Hello, chatter, how you doing? Someone's always going to have an opinion of what I'm doing, so... There's no right. I just don't want to be that guy. And yeah, y'all, when I say fund things, I mean the Trevor Project, PBS, NPR. Go fund something for the community. As much as I would love for you to send me money, because then I could buy my cats a new cat tree to climb up and down on, rather than having to build one out of cardboard. I could buy my dogs dog food, rather than having to take the scraps home, and when I don't feed the natural babies, I cut up and make into dog food for them. I'd love it. It'd make my job easier. But I would also feel super duper guilty because you aren't funding anything big. You're funding my pathetic life. I don't want you to fund my pathetic life. I want you to fund something big. I want, when you give me funding, to be able to say, hey guys, I'm working with the Alabama Regrowth Project. That's probably not what they're called. But I'm working with the Alabama Regrowth Project, and I bought a fuck ton of wild seeds. Let's go spread them. I want to be able to show you my badass little fucking walk behind that I just got. That'll basically be about a 50-pound weight that I tie to my belt. And as I walk, it stabs the piss out of the ground behind me. And as I'm walking, I can just toss seeds behind me. Or have an assistant, if I ever make enough money to hire an assistant. I can just have somebody like that walking behind me, and while I plow the land, they can be dropping the seeds in the hole and dragging a rake behind them that closes up the holes. I've got plans, I just don't have money. And I have no means of getting money because in America I can give you a breakdown of what I'm planning on doing and hopefully it'll make things better. But at the end of the day, ow! Child, please be gentle. My cat just stabbed my collarbone because they say I'm yapping too much, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's just never enough. Never enough. No, no, it's never enough. Never enough. No. Because for every project I plan, for everything that works out for the better, be someone else just literally dumping gasoline on the ground. Dumping motor oil out to poison our planet. What I'm saying, y'all, is I'm out here fighting forest fires with water guns, and I can feel it. It does take its toll. But I'll still be here, y'all. I'll still be putting up the good fight. And if you like, if you really want to purity test me, my brothers and sisters, feel free. YouTube has an option that you can click on my face, and from my channel you can see both my community tab. I've been neglecting it a little because nobody ever goes there. You can see what I comment when I comment. And if you look at my comments, minus a few where admittedly, yeah, they got me. They rage baited me effectively. But minus a few of those, most of my comments are, hey, I agree with you, but I think you're a little off here. Hey, this is good work. Keep up the good work. Don't give up. Keep up the... Most of my comments are toxic positivity because, I'm sorry, our world is hot garbage. There's no happiness to that. I can't make our hot garbage world less. So, I'm going to do what I can to hopefully make it a little more tolerable for the creators out there who are creating. And yeah, I fail. I fail so much. But I'm not going to stop trying just because I failed. Why do we fall down, Bruce? To get back up again. But I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I be down for a minute just because I'm done. At what point do I get to just be fucking done? Then again, this could just be the ballad of a man who has been working since middle school and has never once had a fucking vacation where I wasn't working on that vacation. By that I mean when I was a child and we went to Disney World, I also had to write up a report on what we did at Disney World, how the mechanics and the machines work, how the topiary, how they did that cool shit with the plants. My family never let me have a, here's a fun stupid thing, go, have fun, be stupid. I wasn't allowed, because in a world full of stupid people, you have to fight that. And so they made me militantly smart. When I played Pokemon, you wanna know why I played Pokemon? Not because, ooh, fun critters on cards, that's awesome. No, it was because math. You need to learn how to spread the... It was math and it was military strategy. It's why I dig shit like that, but at the same time, I know that I'm broken. I should just be able to look at it and go, aw, cute critter. Not think, okay, the electric type can beat out this water type, but it's very weak against the stone type, and if you take this stone type, it negates the electric effects, and you need to use water type on the stone. I should have just been able as a child to go, oh, cute electric rat. Hell, there's a reason one of my favorite Pokemon was Snorlax. I dig the dude that just said, fuck you, I'm gonna take a nap here. And then when dude showed up with a whistle and started playing the whistle at him, Snorlax was, oh, fuck you, motherfucker. I dig that. I get that. Because, hell, when I was moving between Marion, Illinois and Ringgold, Georgia, there was one point where I just, you know, sanctuary. I took refuge at a Catholic church in Tennessee. It was somewhere in the heart of Tennessee, because it was in a city. And yeah, I remember not even setting up my tent. I had my entire pack as a pillow. And I was just, again, it was just going to be a nap. Long enough for me to rest my eyes, take a breather, and then get back on the road. Because I wasn't camping anywhere to stay for more than a few hours. And I had already done it at several churches, so it had seemed like it was the safe way to go. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. The groundskeeper was the one who I woke up to him just hosing the shit out of me. And I mean that, just full spray hose in the fucking middle. Y'all. They didn't say, hey, excuse me, sir, this isn't a place for you to sleep. They didn't wake me up. No, it was just hosed me the fuck off like a goddamn drunk. And told me, come on now, this might be the house of God, but you ain't God, get on. And I'm like, I just needed a nap. Yeah, well, go get a job and you can nap. It's like, the fuck, dude? But I get it. They didn't know me. They thought I was just a homeless vagrant. We can treat the homeless like garbage. They're not even human, right? Right? Do you see why I hate it here? I mean, maybe it'd be... Whoop. Ah! Baby girl. That time she stabbed my navel. But, baby girl. I don't know, y'all. It's been an hour. We got some fun. I bitched. A little bit of building was done. Hopefully it's modest enough to where the game doesn't try to murder me for it. We're about to make it a little bit brighter in here through some building. Let's put a roof on. Like I said, y'all, I genuinely want to be that positive reinforcement in your life. I want to be that creator that keeps you going when you feel like being down. But I ain't got hankers fucking... That's the thing, y'all. A lot of these channels you look at that have what I call the toxic positivity to them. The Hank Greens, your Seth Greens, your Coffeezillas. I wish I could be like them, y'all, but to do that, I would need a lot more viewers that care an awful lot and are willing to put an awful lot of money in my pot to make it to where I can. I mean, y'all, imagine if you would it from my perspective. I do my best. I have almost 800, well, I have over 800 videos now. My goal is to eventually be one of those channels where you look at it and I've got like 100 followers and 10,000 videos. Now, I want to be that kind of channel. But it's because it bugs the shit out of me when I find a creator that I'm like, hey, I dig what this motherfucker's saying. That shit rocks. Maybe not that so much, but that shit there rocks. And I go to check out their channel and it's like 10 videos. I mean, admittedly, 10 really well done videos, but just 10 videos. And they have like 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, 400,000 subscribers. And they've got like 5-6 videos tops. Maybe 100. And it's like, I do videos every goddamn day. Where the fuck's their content? How did they do this? Oh, they have a secret, you see. They've also been doing it for years, but they delete their shit. Once they got 1,000 people watching, well, now people want to watch the backlogs. So they'll go and pay the $5, $10, $20, whatever a month for their Patreon. Y'all, I'm never going to do that. If the day comes that YouTube's like, oh, whoa, you can't upload that video, you have too many videos on here. Well, then I'll probably move it over, but to be a member, I'm only going to make it be the lowest possible fee it has to be. Ideally, no fee. I want memberships to be free. Because that's what community should be. And yeah, I'm not, the other part of that is I'm not selling you a good personality as far as, I'm not going to be your Miss Rebecca. I wish I could be, but that woman is a fucking saint. I'm going to be angry some days. I'm going to be pissed off some days. Some days y'all are going to catch me right after a fucking 14-hour shift where I didn't get a break and I had to deal with the asinine dipshittery of most of America. Where I had to deal with my coworkers who take frequent breaks telling me how all millennials are lazy, but bitch, you just took 3 smoke breaks in a fucking row. I haven't had a break in a week. And I'm still not making enough money to survive. But if I leave this job for another one, well then I need to make at least double whatever I'm making here, because I'm going to have to go at least 2 weeks without a paycheck, and I'm already indebted up to the goddamn gills just paying bills. It's like, y'all. And I'm starting to, I realized it for a while. I'm trying to find a way to turn it on its head that way. But it's like, the system is designed to break us, y'all. It's designed for you to be a good worker and then to kill yourself. Literally kill yourself within 40 years. That way we make space for the other worker, one of the 7 or 8 kids you made because you were horny and you beat your wife into eventually fucking you. Capitalism is inherently a problem, y'all. It's a slaughterhouse. Now, whether you're going to be the chicken or you're going to be the pig, who knows? But it's still just a slaughterhouse, and I would say that neither of those beasts of burden is worth being. Because at the end of the day, y'all, yeah, the chickens get a little bit more space to roam, but their sons get turned into mincemeat the moment they're hatched. Their daughters get impregnated and turned into breeding the moment they get old enough to be done with. Let's not look back on my joke from the beginning where I said, hey girls, you want to make a shit ton of money real fast? Hey dudes, you can also do this same trick. Because rich people want to fuck children, but they want to do it legally. I mean, guys, they'll say that the male loneliness epidemic, da-da-da-da-da, women have extra bonus privileges. Guys, how many of you have tried it? Try. Get on the equivalency to whatever the fuck your version of eBay is. And dude, say it. I work out every day. This is my fucking workout regime. This is my diet regime. This is what I look like. Make sure those pictures are not pornographic in any way if you're underage. And then say, I have not known the touch of a woman. Ever. I plan on keeping it that way. Until I am married or until you buy my virginity. And then sell your virginity. Now granted, much like the ladies who are doing it, you're gonna have to look You're gonna have to look like a good piece of meat, boys. You can't just get your Facebook pox-filled fucking Warcraft face on there and be like, yes, I want the sex, I'll give you sex for money. Because, no son, that's not what they want. They want pageantry, they want gallantry. They want you to beg them for their sick, diseased penises. So if you're willing to do that, like the girls do, you too can make a shit ton of money. And all it costs is your sense of self-worth, your flesh, and whatever the fuck you humans define as a soul. That's all it takes. And you too can get paid for just ooh-wooing in front of a camera. But understand, even as you do that, and you work hard to do that, because the human brain boggles at trying to become a product, but as you try to do that, you're also going to be constantly undercut with, but why didn't you do it this way? But you did it this way, why didn't you do it this way? You knew better than to do it that way. Your ancestors would have told you to do it this way. From people that are too chicken shit to put their actual faces out here and do it. And admittedly, Chair, that's why I got upset with you. I get upset with all the people that say some sick, good shit behind a fucking And that's on the left or the right. If you're on the left and you're burning them Nazis, but you're hiding behind an It's a Guy picture. Bruh. You know why fucking John Brown was such a badass? Because John Brown was a white man who put 10 toes down for the black man and didn't give a fuck who saw it. You want to know why Benjamin Levy was a fucking badass? Because he was a 4-foot-tall Quaker, and when they literally threw him out of court, he went, hey, bitch, watch this airtime. Came flying right back in and said, and y'all still fucking trash. Y'all are all still fucking garbage, and God hates you much as I do. And from a Quaker, that motherfucker might as well have been slurring at him. It's like, that's what made them badasses, y'all. Martin Luther King didn't say, I have a dream, by the way, ooh, crowdfund me. He didn't say, oh, I'm here to talk to the white man as his brother and his bestest friend, and please pick me, Mr. White Man. No. He said the revolution wouldn't be televised. He said rioting was the voices of the unheard. He said one day little black children and little white children should be able to drink from the river of prosperity. And you want to know what he got? He got a bullet to the back of his fucking head. That's what peace gets you. That's the peace of the white man. When I say, don't fight them with peace and expect peace, I mean it. understand that when you get up on that podium and you say, my brother, that motherfucker is aiming for your dome as you say it. What they want is a militant motherfucker up there. What they want is an uppity man who's going to basically get the white folks going, yeah, let's go against this guy too. And that's why I'm telling y'all, I don't know how to fight this fight. Because I've been in this fight for fucking years now, and I don't know if I fight it like I want to, 10 toes down, saying it with my chest, all my chest, I'm a racist. If I sit there and I beat around the bush and I read philosophical theory and I read fucking evolutionary neuroplasticity, if I get there and I start breaking it down into the words that I know because I've studied the wordy word books, I get called a nerd and a pick-me and a fucking, oh, well, why can't you say it like a person? So I don't fucking know, y'all. Maybe we're just not meant to be happy. Maybe the fight's meant to be lost. Maybe your Jesus just wants us all to be slaves and cattle. Maybe that's why he never said, hey, by the way, y'all, don't eat shellfish, don't wear cloth and mixed clothes, don't sleep with other men, and oh, also, don't enslave each other. Because while he was giving out all the don'ts that make our lives shitty now, you notice that owning each other wasn't in that don't list, right? You notice raping your wife wasn't in that don't list, right? Almost like an actual God who knows the human brain and knows that if you force yourself on someone, you are breaking them permanently. They will never ever be the same person from before when you did that. No matter what happens, you have broken them. And at this point, it is on them to be better. Yeah, they don't tell you that shit in the religious books. Because in the religious books, wiggle your ass, shake your nose, say 10 Hail Marys, and everything will be good. Because they're selling you bullshit that they don't even believe anymore. I mean, again, how many preachers you know have a used car? Jesus Christ, how many preachers do you know? Not the ones you see every Sunday, but the ones that'll show up and show out when you're in the hospital. The ones that give you a call when you've been gone for 3 weeks or more. Where are them motherfuckers at? Because I don't know them. I knew of a couple of them, but surprisingly, once the fucking tithing stopped, they stopped. That one's not mean to be mean. I went to black churches a lot because back when I was young in the South, I had to go to church. If I did not, that was a whooping. It was one of the few things I'd get a whooping for, too. And when I say whooping, well, let's just say the scars on my legs and ass aren't from me. But, yeah, I'd get a whooping if I tried to skip out on church. And so, some of my favorite churches were the black churches just because of the amens and the quaking and the soulness. Those folks, much like America, they believe in the God that abandoned them. And I genuinely, while it makes me sad today, back when I was a kid, they were the ones that made me believe there could be a God, because fuck, they surely believe it. Meanwhile, if you go to the Lutheran church that I went to all the time, because that was not me being religious, that was a cat calling my nipple, but all the time, basically, in the sky, like your eyes, a big pizza pie, it's a moron. You're a moron. Pass the tithing plate around. Stand, sit, stand, sit, stand, sit, bow your head. Bam, 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 baran. Okay. See y'all next week. Make sure to tithe. Of course, I would rather go to the black church where them motherfuckers are singing and testifying and amening. Of course, I'd rather go there. Jesus Christ, look at the difference in the two people. One of them's already dead and just waiting to be buried. The other one's trying to make as much of life as they can while they're here. And for the record, I disagree with both of them in equal portion. But fuck's sake, it's a show. Make it a show, you know? It's like how I don't just get on here and monologue. I'm playing it on the hardest difficulty setting. Y'all, do you know how hard it is not to rage when I die stupidly? But I don't, most of the time. Yet y'all caught me when I slip. Y'all have caught the motherfuckers when a creeper gets me. But it's because I'm trying to entertain you much as I can. It's the same reason that I could, in theory, put the cats out or put them in a different room or something like that. I don't want to. Sometimes the fun of this channel is, yeah, almost got it. Oh, god damn it, fuck. Where I'm in the middle of playing and suddenly the cat just decided to jump from the couch onto my shoulder and claw my neck as it jumped to the other couch. Sometimes pain's the point. That's also why I'm constantly at a loss when I do my walking talks, because, y'all, I could get on there and just ramble nonsense at you, but I don't want to just yap. I want to be telling you something that's of substance. Hell, ideally, I would like to have a couple experts walking with me. That way, when I give off on a topic or I start to go off on a tangent, they can, whoa, now, partner, let's go back onto this now. And we can stay on subject. But, y'all, that would require partners that were here. And my one expert partner isn't an expert in herbology. He's an expert in criminology. And, quite honestly, partially due to my... I want to call it being a cunt, but I'm sure there's a nicer way to put it. Due to my firebrand anti-cop sentiments, I piss him off when we talk too much about it. And I understand why. Because I would also be upset if every time I brought up a revolutionary, he brought up how half of them were shot like dogs in the street, or lynched like fucking criminals, and nobody wept at their grave. Hell, we don't even have a grave for half these motherfuckers. Because they fought the hard fight, then they were disembodied in a fucking field somewhere, and the religious cunt that did it has a goddamn building and a statue. That's the upsetting part about it. When he says there'll never be class solidarity because they don't want it, that's what he says to piss me off. Just as much, if not more, than when I say the only good pig's a dead pig. I get it, though, y'all. I get his side of it, and I'm sure he gets mine on some level. So we just don't talk about it. And when I start to notice him get quiet when I'm talking about how fucked we are, I try to, hey, dude, you know I'm not talking about you specifically, right? Because I get it. I throw a lot of hate towards the boomers, and he is of the boomer age group. But not all of them. I mean, that's the thing. That's what makes this so difficult. It's not like a game. It's team sports, but nobody set rules. Hello and goodbye, random viewer. For the record, y'all, if you want to type something in chat, I'd be happy to have a conversation. I realize I don't want to interrupt him. Y'all, I'm not cooking, I'm simmering. And I can hold this exact level for hours. I could do this for days if I had to. And eventually, if I ever get a time off that's more than 2 days of get all your shit together and get all your shopping done, I'd love to do an actual subathon. Jesus, that's what got me to watch Surus at first. Was I saw this motherfucker spend a week and a half on the goddamn internet. Just every day. Every day. I'm up, I'm home, I'm up, I'm here. And for about a week, I spent a week with Surus. We watched videos, we played Sonic, we played Resident Evil, and then by the end of the subathon, I thought I had made a real friend. He lives less than 20 miles from me, y'all. Technically, I could walk to go see him if I knew where he lived. And I have to really, really hard down put in my head, he's not your fucking friend, dipshit, he's a content creator. His sales tactic worked. Now leave him the fuck alone. But y'all, I don't want to be left the fuck alone. If you see me and you disagree with me, fuck, come up, let's argue. I'm not gonna swing on you. Unless, of course, you say some really off-the-wall Nazi shit. But it's like, you just come up to me, hey, I watch your content. You seem pretty cool, but fuck this and this that you say. Hey, cool, but I disagree. We can get into real talk, but talk to me like I'm a human, not a fucking robot. Because Jesus Christ, you motherfuckers talk real bold to people that cook your fucking food. And y'all motherfuckers real cocky to be eating something that looks a great deal like spit when it's cooked properly. I would never ever do it, chat. Never ever. And that's what every cook says. And I remember working with cooks that would never ever, but there was this old man named Daryl. His name was Daryl, like Daryl Dixon. I used to make fun of him a lot because he was in his 60s working in fast food, and he was almost always drunk. I get it now. I'm not going to be drunk, and sadly Daryl's dead, so I'm never going to be able to apologize proper. But yeah, I do remember this motherfucker sitting there in the kitchen one day, and we were in the middle of a rush, and the rush had literally just ended. Restaurant was starting to empty out. Carlos, our manager, had basically been like, "Hey, fuck y'all standing around for? Come on, go clean something, go wipe something." I get it was a hard rush, but we had our breather, get to work now. And yeah, Terrell just looks dead at Carlos. I mean, dead, makes eye contact with him, locks eyes with this motherfucker, and while he's sitting there in his suspenders with his apron on, gloves off, because he had just cleaned his station with his gloves on, so he had popped them off, and he looks over at Carlos, who's just, "I don't know, boss, I done did a lot of cleaning already." And while he's saying, "I done did a lot of cleaning already," his hand goes into the back of his pants, and he starts, to the best of mine and Carlos's knowledge, picking his asshole. Because, y'all, when I say it, I mean it. It wasn't like, "Oh, I'm scratching my backside. Oh, I put my hand up the back of my shirt." No, no, no. His hand went in the back of his pants and down. Like he had a full handful of his own ass. And Carlos is, "Daryl, what the fuck you doing, man?" And Daryl just looks up. "What, brother? I'm just, what? I done cleaned my station. What you want?" "Are you fingering your asshole while you're talking to me?" "What, my ass itch? Ain't no wrong man scratching his ass at work." And then nobody said anything. He just, "You're fucking crazy, man." And he went to go into the office to do something, maybe come to terms with the fact that the 60-year-old man was locking eyes with him and fingering his butthole. But I walk into the office because that's what I've always... Some people see me as a suck-up. I don't suck up. I just check in because bosses have mental health too. And it's not like, "My God, boss, you're awesome, boss. Hey, boss. Hey, boss." No, no, no. It's more like, "Yeah, it'd be crazy out there, huh? You doing good?" No, no, I mean that like real talk. You doing good? Alright, cool. I'm gonna get back to it then. That kind of pep talk for, "Fuck you, creeper." That kind of pep talk with my boss. So I go in there to check on Carlos, because that would have just... I don't know how I would have reacted if one of my employees was just sitting there doing that. So it's like, "Hey, boss, you doing good?" He just, "How you think I'm doing, Travis?" I'm like, "I'd be mildly traumatized. There was a 60-year-old fingering his butthole in front of you." "Yeah, I know. What the fuck was up with that?" I'm like, maybe he was just a certain dominance. You were coming off kind of me. He just looks dead at me. He's like, "Travis, shut the fuck up." I'm like, "But it's true. I mean, it got you to shut up and walk away, didn't it?" And he pauses for a long minute. He goes, "God damn it, you got a point." And he goes back at it, "Daryl, what the fuck were you doing earlier?" And Daryl just, "What? I didn't do nothing this time." And I had those two gentlemen laughing and finding a middle ground over booty hole fingering. But that's not the highlight of my day. The highlight of my day working with Carlos was years later. I don't genuinely know how that conversation ended. I'm hoping that they ended with a hug and a long conversation about, "Terrell, you really got to wash your hands before you cook people's food, man." But yeah, outside of that, it was just, I don't know. The other big moment was years and years later. It was a Georgia Power Day and a Woodland High School Day. So we just had like close to 400 full-size meals going out. And Carlos had already had to leave the store twice. Because basically, due to ordering mishaps, due to the fact that they always promoted the high schoolers first, so most of the high schoolers just wrote out the inventory as walk through, write down what's there, and then order the exact same amount of what's there. No planning, no thought, just order, done. I don't blame the kids for doing it this way. If they treat you like an automaton, act like an automaton. It's the same reason why whenever they try to tell me, oh honey, I'm sorry, we did this, and this wrong, we need this remade. I'm just, okay. And then I throw them their fucking food and I'm done. There's no emotion in the food I cook anymore. There is when it's someone I know or it's a customer I actually care about, then yeah, there's some emotion put into it. Anthony, your burgers are always cooked with love, friend, even if you annoy the donkey piss out of them sometimes. But as far as like Joe Schmo order number 987 of the day, nah son, your food is made with the same amount of love I would make when I kill a chicken or slaughter a pig. It's just 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 2 3 1 2 2 1 2 2 3 1 1 3 1 1 3 1 1 2. It's just automatic. I hate it, but I also have to do it because if I choose to stop, everything I care about dies. Much like these games, it seems. If I choose to stop, I'll never get 1,000 of you. If I never get 1,000 of you, how can I be like Emma Little Duck or any of the other sellouts who basically shill stupid shit for our corporate overlords? Yeah, I can't hate her because she's just a little duck, and she's a good creator. And God knows she's gone through more brain rot and headaches than I'm gonna go through. She watches Christian content on the rig. But at the same time, it just hurts my heart to have a creator that I respected and loved go, and y'all should really try Raid Shadow Legends. Hey, try this game. It's called Best Fiends. Here's a code to get your own stupid little fiend like I have. And remember, it's not made for kids. Y'all, Best Fiends is so made for fucking kids, it's not even... Because I tried it. Yeah, I bought it. I tried it. I bought in as much as one does. I installed the game. I played for 2 levels, and oh my god, it's Bejeweled. If Bejeweled thought that I had eaten gallons of lead paint. It'd be like Minecraft, but if in Minecraft I come over here and it's just, welcome to Minecraft, mine with all your friends, enjoy Minecraft, Minecraft, excellent job, way to go, wow! Because that's the level, and that exact level of excitement is what Best Fiends brings. It's friends without the R. And for the record, now I just realized that's kind of a fucked up rape joke, isn't it? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. All I can promise y'all is, even if I get popular enough, and it's not gonna happen, y'all don't like schizophrenic folks that much. Unless we're faking it. Now, y'all love the fake schizos. But, either way, I'm not going to make it to that 1,000 subs. I might one day grind that way because enough people go, oh, he's tolerable. But if I ever get like the Hassan Piker level, I'm never gonna unalive. I'm never gonna, oh, she got raped. She got graped by the grapist. No. Fuck that. These things are terrible things, and the people that had to suffer through them deserve to have their stories told without being told in a way that can be sold. The Golden State Killer raped and murdered 27 young women. He got away with it for almost my entire lifetime, and then he was finally caught. And if you listen to some of the internet people, they'll tell you it's a bad thing that 21andMe, or yeah, it was 21andMe, I think, or Ancestry, but one of the genealogy sites, basically the Golden State Killer's great-grandkid or grandson decided, hey, I kind of want to find out if I've got any kind of other races in me. So they did the Ancestry thing, and when they took their swab, they check your swab against all the databases to find out, you know, hey, did you know you had a famous criminal in your family? Yeah, this person. But outside of that, it's like, you know, it's just meant for lulz, it's meant for fun. And in the case of 23andMe is what it was, I want to say. But in the case of 23andMe, basically this guy, he went and got his numbers done, and when they checked his numbers, ran it against all the criminal databases, as they do, to find out if you had any criminals in your family line. Because, yeah, some of the true crime junkies would love to know that they're related to the alleged Jack the Ripper or something. It'd be a cool talking point to share at the bingo halls. I'm not judging them that much for it, but it's one of those when they tried to check and see. Yeah, so I gotta check that shit. When they tried to check and see, they basically found that, oh, well, we know you didn't do it because this is a 50-year-old rape case and you're like in your 30s, but your DNA came back on these cases, so... And then they check back in your family line and realize, oh, so your granddad had means, motive, and ability. Maybe Grandpa's the Golden State Killer. And that's how they caught the Golden State Killer. Y'all was just an oopsie. But I mean, when I tell you that good police work rarely brings in the serial killer, would you be surprised to find out good police work rarely brings in the serial killer? Most of the time, it's a community fighting them physically. Most of the time, God, I hate this system. Let's knock this down. I'll have to just jump up to it, I guess. But, yeah, good police work rarely catches serial killers. Most of the time, what it is just that one rando citizen. That'll work. Now, will this work? Ko-ffee. Okay. You tricked me, pig! Damn you! The pig tried to lure me to my death, y'all. Fuck you, skeleton. Never trust pigs at your door, kids. That's the lesson you need to take away from that one. Alrighty. Well, on that fun little note, I think we'll end here for the day. Not totally. I'll be back here in a minute with Cult of the Lamb. I just need to feed the kids and take care of a few little chores before the day starts off right. And the sun ain't up yet, so we'll hold off. It might just be Cult of the Lamb time. Either way, y'all, be good. Cheer. I'm not judging you, bud. I don't care. I don't know that you're black. I can't prove that you're black, but black men shouldn't have to prove their blackness. Especially not to white men, so... Just understand, if I find out you're a white guy or a fat white woman, I will make fun of you, and it will be brutal. It will be the brutal levels of making fun of that you're only used to from incel culture. But, if you are a black man, and I don't have the right to judge if you are or you're not, I'm genuinely sorry. I'm sorry for anything that I said because I thought you were a white person being racist to all the Nazis in my chat. It means nothing because you're not actually here to hear the apology or to respond to it, but also, admittedly, it's pretty immature of me to forego what I did wrong and pretend like there's... I mean, I'm going to say it's a good excuse, I don't see your face, but at the same time, black individuals should not have to prove their blackness, least of all the white individuals. So at the end of the day, regardless, I'm going to say, I'm sorry, dude. That was my bad, chair. And if you happen to be watching this video, take that one home with you. That's about all I got. Sorry, bud. And I do mean, I don't know how to take something after I've been lambasting the fuck out of things and all that and make it sound genuine. But, genuinely, if you are a black individual and all that, I'm sorry that I made you think that I thought you was a white Nazi. Okay? That being said, please don't use that particular language in my chat, because I would get upset if Simone or BMO the Prince or any of the other black content creators. I truly love these motherfuckers now, but I would be upset with them if they came in my chat dropping slurs like that. I would tolerate it because, fuck me, I don't have the right to be uncomfortable about that. Not my culture. But I would still be like, hey dude, that's not cool. Slurs don't make you cool, guys. That does, though. Yeah, fuck yeah, I got me a bridge, I got me a bridge, a tiny, tiny bridge. Yeah, that dopamine be hitting different today. Okay, so do I have to? No, I do not. Okay. But alright, y'all. Be good, work together, never be afraid to apologize. Again, worst case scenario, I'm being lied to by someone on the internet, and oh my, how do I look foolish. But we're on the internet and it doesn't fucking matter. I'll be dead in about 30 years, give or take. So, does anything really matter? You matter, chat. You matter. That's what I think. I think you matter. I think our future generations matter. I think our Mother Earth Gaia matters. And I think that this is goodbye for now. We will see y'all later, and cue the awkward times. Be good, chat. Love you. Endure and survive. We'll see you on the next go-round.